Day 2 of my journey. I can't put my finger on why, but it feels like I've done all of this before. It feels oddly nostalgic recording my previous days and adventures like this. I don't know why though. I don't remember anything of who I was or what I was doing before I came to these lands. It's all a blur to me. It's so strange. Oh well, it can't be too important if I don't remember it. What's going on there, everybody? Hope you're having a fantastic afternoon, day, or morning, or whenever it is you're watching this. My name is Azurblade, and welcome back to Dark Souls 2. Today we're continuing to run through the Forest of Fallen Giants, and this is a pretty alright first area. I mean, it's nothing super remarkable or anything, but I think this area is a pretty... well, I would say peaceful, but you can't really describe an area in Dark Souls outside of areas like Firelink, Shrine, or Majula peaceful, but there is an odd sense of comfort in this place for me. I mean, yeah, there's hollows trying to kill me, and then there's the stupid hippo cyclops monster over there that tried to eat me, but other than that, there's not really too much to worry about in this beginning area. Oh, there is an item over here. What was this one again? Soul of a Lost Undead. Alright, no problemo. But, nice try. I don't think so. Haha! Bam! But I was talking about stats last episode, and I forgot to talk about scaling. So, I have a plus 37 on this straight sword, right? It has C scaling on strength and a D scaling on dexterity. So whenever I have 11 strength and 6 dexterity, I can properly wield it. If my strength were lower than 11, then if I had a certain amount of strength, like say 10 strength, then I could two-hand it and still be able to wield the sword properly. But if I had like 5 strength and tried to use the sword, I wouldn't be able to wield it properly. And if I had 11 strength but didn't have 6 dexterity, I couldn't properly wield this weapon either. I believe the way it works is that if you can't properly wield a sword because of lack of strength, if your strength is... I believe it's your strength times an extra 50%. If it's that point, then you'll be able to wield it. So say you have 10 strength and 6 dexterity, and you have a sword that needs 15 strength and 6 dexterity, you'll be able to two-hand that sword, if that makes any sense. But this sword has a C scaling in strength, which means that the higher my strength, the better the more oomph I'll get out of this sword. And the scaling goes from E, I believe, all the way up to S, with S being the highest. I'm not sure if I'm brave enough to try and get that item. Oh, the Estus Flask is so slow. You know what? Let's risk it for the biscuit. Yaw! Nice. Now, which item is this? 10 throwing knives and a soul of a nameless soldier. Well, isn't that convenient? But yeah, there's that to talk about, and as I mentioned last episode, you could climb up ladders really fast by holding the B button. And the later games, Dark Souls 3 and onwards, will do this too, but nowhere near as fast as this game. And it's really a shame because, whoa, where are you going? Okay, let's wait for him to come down because ladder combat is not very good in these games. But in Dark Souls 3 and onwards, you can climb ladders faster by holding the sprint button, but it's nowhere near as fast as this one. It's only like a 25% climb speed increase, whereas this one is pretty noticeable. So yeah, that's a thing. And if you hold the B button, well, let me go over there and show it off so that I'm not just gonna make myself look like an idiot. If you hold the B button and hold down, then you slide down. It used to be that you would have to tap the B button to slide down, but if you tap the B button in this game, then you just jump off the ladder. And that's how it'll be from now on. So, yeah, get used to that. For all you Dark Souls 1 veterans out there that had to deal with this back in the day, I'm sure that was pretty annoying. Okay, alley-oop. But one thing that is nice about Dark Souls 2 compared to Dark Souls 1 is that they changed the jumping from the first game to the second one. In Dark Souls 1, the way you used to be able to jump was by you hold the B button to sprint, right? And then you had to tap the B button while sprinting in order to jump, and it was really clumsy and finicky, and it got me killed a bunch. Whereas in this game, all you have to do is click in the left stick. Luckily in Dark Souls Remastered, they let you map your jump button in that game, so it was a very convenient thing to do. Nice try, you stupid hollows. But yeah, the hollows actually look a bit different in this game. Well, I mean, kind of. They're still super wrinkly and decrepit looking, but they're not super... They don't look like dried beef jerky, is what I'm trying to say. They're more of a greenish, rotted color in this one. And it's an interesting color. Oh, that still hit me. See, this is what I'm talking about with the adaptability and invincibility frames. They're really awful at the beginning of the game. So, yeah. But another thing that's nice about high adaptability is that you use items like your Estus Flask a little faster. Because you saw how slow the Estus was at the beginning of the video earlier. It was really freaking slow. Alright, there's an item over here. Out of the way! And we have 20 wooden bolts, but I don't have a crossbow right now. Okay, no! Oh, nice try. I don't think so. Ow! Okay, I couldn't dodge in time. Alright, ow! Okay, that actually really hurt. Oh, I'm already panic rolling. This is not a good sign. Okay, out of my face. Okay, attack. And while he's winding up, I'm gonna heal with the life gem. Oh, I wanted the jump attack game. Thank you. That works. 90 souls. Nice. And what is this? More life gems. And by more, I mean one. Nice. Okay, now let's head up here and deal with Mr. Archer up here. Oh, what do you think you're... Yeah, look at that. In what universe should that have hit me? This is why playing with low adaptability in Dark Souls 2 is rough. But I will not... I make a promise not to complain about it too much because, you know, leveling up adaptability is just... It's a core part of this game. And that's something I kind of appreciate about these games. All three of them have their own minute differences that really make them feel different from the others. I mean, in Dark Souls 1, you had poise, which... I mean, if you wore full Havel armor in Dark Souls 1, you weren't going to flinch from a damn dagger hitting you from the front like Dark Souls 3, which was nice. Dark Souls 2, you have the adaptability as well as a couple other cool mechanics that I really enjoy, but I won't get into them quite yet because they're not relevant at the moment. And then Dark Souls 3 had a cool weapon art mechanic that was a really nice addition. Alright, now, you want to talk to this lady, but not just yet. First, you want to head up these here stairs. Because if you go up here... Oh, the door's locked. Well, when all else fails, break open the door. Like so. And you go over here, and you have yourselves a little lizard. Kill this guy for some upgrade materials. That was a Titanite lizard. Ooh, a hand axe. And more life gems. Man, it's dark in here. Okay. Got a hollow soldier helmet. Nice. Now what we want to do is head over here. But another thing I like about this game is if you open doors and roll, then you can open the door instantly. It's very nice. Okay, open the chest, please. No! Oh, come on. Okay, then slash his back. Excellent. And what do we have? Small white soapstone and radiant life gems. The soapstone is used for co-op, but I'm playing offline, so it's useless. Now you got a divine blessing here, and look how tiny this drop is. I still took fall damage. Fall damage is absolutely ridiculous in this game, so if you see a drop, don't take chances, because you can take your armor off and lighten your equipment load. It'll actually let you take less fall damage, which I think is pretty neat. Alrighty, but you actually do want to buy this key over here. And you also want to save your souls for these 2 items for later. And let's see. Heal. Yes, I'll buy heal. And I don't particularly have any plans for magic, so I'm going to leave Soul Arrow alone. And these restore spell uses, which are nice. These inflict fire damage, which is helpful. I'll buy 1. And magic urns are the same as fire bombs, but they inflict magic damage. Throwing knives are self-explanatory. These, on the other hand, are very helpful. Inflict more damage, receive less. But the thing is, if you read the description, it has no effect in other worlds or for phantoms. So, yeah, if you get summoned, don't bother with this item, because it will not do anything for you. But if you're the host of a world, or if you're playing by yourself, then go ahead and use these. They're very helpful. And let's see, you have the traveling merchant stuff. I want to buy this helmet because it boosts item discovery. So I'm going to get that. Now, what do you got to say?
My name is Malentia. You're a stranger to this land. Oh, we get as strangers these days. Everybody's gone and run off. Dragleg's been a pile of rubble since the war fought long, long ago. And the giants crossed the sea. Seemed like the battles would never end. Poor folk like myself have nary a place to sleep. That's why I keep all me things right with me. You may travel light, but methinks you bear a burden of your own. They say these trees grew from the remains of the giants. From each carcass sprouted new life growing into what you see now. But you hear what they also say? Don't believe what an old hag says. It's high time that I pick up a move of a bargain for you next time we meet our lovers.
Okay, that's all our dialogue. Alright, but there's a reason why I bought this firebomb. Because I remember if you can throw one over here... No. I was wrong. I got ahead of myself. I could have sworn there was one time I attacked this wall with a firebomb from this side and it blew up, but... I guess it's just my memory playing tricks on me. Or maybe it did happen and I just screwed it up. I don't know. I haven't done that. That hasn't happened to me in a long time. But now, instead of advancing where we're supposed to go, we want to go this way next. Okay, can I pull this off? What? What do you mean that missed? Oh, plunge attacks are awful in this game. This is what I was talking about. Don't even bother with them. Okay, now just slowly heal with the flask. Nice. Okay, now let's Joust, what the heck? Let's just go over this way because we have another human effigy here. Nice. Now, let's see. I want to go down this way next because there's more enemies, but there's also more goodies down this way. Whoa, where do you think you're going? I don't think so, Mr. Hollow. You're going to have to try a little harder than that. Can I use this? No, I cannot. I do not have 13 dexterity, but you know what? I don't care. I'm not using this to guard anyway. If you're trying to use a buckler shield to guard, then I'm sorry, you're playing the game wrong. You only use these things to parry enemies. Okay, now that I'm down here, let's take care of this hollow, and I was followed, it would seem. Alright, come over here. Can I? Nice, there we go. This is how the parry system works. Oh, right in the Nodo square. Come on, Strider. That was completely uncalled for. What the heck, man? Okay. Now we have a pretty tough enemy coming up here. So what I'm going to do is equip my throwing knives so I can get some chip damage from back here. All right, come over here, dude. No. All right, here he comes. Now, no, not him. Okay, woo. I'm gonna need you to... Okay, this is getting kind of annoying. Get out of here. Oh, that was the wrong way. Okay, attack, please. There you go. Out of my face. Now it's your turn. But yeah, this guy, as you can imagine, hits really hard. And he's following me. No, no. Okay, good. No. But don't stick behind him because he will flatten you. Or he'll try to if you're behind him. Oh, that was close. See, look. Okay, you're not going to do it. Are you going to not try to flatten me? Come on. This has got to be it. Come on. There he goes. Yeah, you don't want to stay behind them because they'll try to flatten you. But if they miss, then it's a good opportunity to get a lot of damage on them. So it's a high-risk, high-reward strategy. Okay, now let's take care of you over here. And there we go. We're almost done with this place. Let's get this item over here. And wow, there's a lot of debris here. More life gems. Excellent. But now we have one more thing to go. Is it over here? I believe so. But there's also another knight in here. So let's take care of Mr. Turtle over here first. Okay, Mr. Turtle. I like turtles as much as the next guy, but not you guys. No! Nice try. Oh, not that way. Try again. Thank you. That's more like it. A lot of souls to be gotten from him. You got a foot soldier shield here, which is... I mean, it's alright, but that's not what I want. What I want is over there. So, let's book it. Run! Open the door! Run! Woo! 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 Okay. That was absolutely terrifying. I thought for sure I was gonna die. This is why I came in here. The Fire Longsword. It is a very helpful item because it does both physical damage and fire damage. It's very helpful. Now let's wait for him to spit fire. 2, 3, and now he's done. Now just get the skeleton and run back in. And now that he's done spitting fire again, we are done with this place, so just book it out of here before he kills you with his fireballs, because trust me, that salamander guy will kill you with the quickness. Even near the end of the game, they're dangerous adversaries, so do not tempt fate fighting those things for right now, because you'll die a horrible, horrible death. Trust me, I've learned from experience, it's not a good idea to fight those guys. Okay, now that I'm done with that, I'm gonna heal with a life gem. I'm not feeling particularly brave right now. Ooh, nice. There's some good damage. And I got a little more reach with this thing. 155 damage per two-handed swing. Oh, come on. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. It is what it is. But now that I'm done with that, let's see here. I need 997 souls to level up. And that little stat on the far right there, what the heck are you doing over here? Get out of here. That 6,451 stat is my soul memory, which is an extremely annoying stat because if your soul memory isn't close enough to a player that you're trying to play co-op with, they won't be able to summon you, and you won't be able to summon them. So for those of you that like playing in groups, there is no grinding in this game. At least not by yourself. It is not a good idea to do so, because if you get too crazy with the grinding, then you won't be able to play with your buddies. That being said, soul memory does get a little more lenient as you get further in the game. Whereas for right now, you only need a couple thousand souls before you change tiers. And I think it's about 10 to 20,000 before you're unable to play at that point. Once you get to the millions, then you'll need like 300,000 to 400,000 more souls before leveling up your tier again. So soul memory does get a little bit easier to manage as you get further in the game. So it's not a total game breaker past the beginning. So don't worry about it too much if that is the problem. And once you get to like 4 million, then it's pretty much a non-factor at that point. Because I'm pretty sure once you get to a certain point, then it just goes on forever. So if you have like 999 million soul memory, you'll be able to play with someone that has 16 million or something along those lines. I believe that's how it went. There's a soul memory calculator that you can use online that will tell you all the details about it, because I'm not the super Dark Souls 2 guru that some other people are. I have a decent amount of knowledge about this game, but I'm not super crazy about that. Alright, but now we want to go over this way. Okay, I'm gonna need you to stop that. Get out of here. Ow! He shot me in the freaking head! Look at that! It grazed me. That's kind of impressive, actually. That's arguably more impressive than actually hitting me. Ow! Okay, that one was just plain rude. You shot me in the thigh! What the heck, guys? Okay, now you want to head over this way, but don't just rush out. Stay here, because if you don't, then you'll get killed Indiana Jones style. There's a human effigy, and now you want to head up here, because there's a dude here just chilling. But actually, before I talk to him, let's take care of Mr. Hollow over here. Out of my face! Excellent. And an amber herb. I'm gonna need all of these that I can get my hands on for later, so appreciate this game.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just daydreaming, I think. My name is Kale. I'm a traveler, like yourself. I'm navigating the continent to create a map. Why cartography, you ask? Well, that's a good question. When I first came to this forsaken land, it was... a curse? Something about a curse? How embarrassing. I seem to have lost my focus. But I do know one thing for certain. I have always been very fond of maps. I came to this land some time ago. Drangleic, the Lost Kingdom. It sounded so romantic. Have you seen Majula? Oh, there's a rather spacious mansion there. I've made it my temporary home. Well, as something of a squatter, I'm afraid. Inside the mansion, I found a strange map, like none I'd ever seen. I believe that it's a map of Drangleic. Now I'm traveling the land to prove it. Yes, that's it. That's why I came to the kingdom. Wait. No, that wasn't it. Then what? I don't seem to recall. Were you looking for that map? Wonderful. Then you're fascinated by maps, just like me. Shame on you. You should have told me before. Here, take this. A key to the mansion.
Heck yeah, man. I have a key to a mansion just because I have interest in maps?
To meet a kindred spirit out here.
Shoot, I wish that was how it worked in real life. I'd love to have a gigantic house just because I liked maps.
Incredible, really, isn't it? Such a map to be chiseled in stone. Oh, but one thing. I would not venture deep into the mansion. I can't be certain, but I've heard disturbing noises. Something about it feels wrong. Just be careful, please. I'll be back in Majula soon. Perhaps we will meet again and discuss maps at our leisure.
I would not count on that, dude.
I'll be back.
Okay, that's all his dialogue. I just want to make sure, because I am super lore hungry. I love the lore in these games, and I love learning more about the people inside said world. So if you don't like it, then I don't know what to tell you. Alright, now let's drink a sip of the old flask and continue on our merry way. Oh, it feels awesome saying that again. It's been too long. It's like riding a bike with these games. You just simply do not forget. You may get rusty, but as long as you remember the basic foundations of what makes these games spin, then you'll always be good to go. Alright, now what you want to do is lure McFat over here and have him attack the barrels, because then he'll hurt himself like an idiot. Nice. Oh, what are you doing? Nice try. And no! Nice try. And down he goes. 600 souls. That's quite a few for this early game. Now, what you want to do is take care of this guy up here. I said take care of the guy up here. You know what? He's fallen down. That's good enough. He won't be able to bother me no more, so. Alright. Now, don't. Wow, that still hit me. Okay. Now, wow, he survived that. Well, look at you. I'm almost proud of you, Mr. Hollow. Now, you want to fully heal for this, and make sure you're using a fire weapon so you can blow up the wall, like so. Because, huzzah, it's a shortcut. Don't you just love convenient shortcuts? But now that I've got that shortcut open, let's go back up there and get those items. I just wanted to make sure that this guy wouldn't destroy the thing or screw it up, because that is a thing that can happen. Oh, what do you think you're doing? Pokey poke poke. That's what I'm doing. Oh, no. That's not good. Ow! He threw a freaking firebomb at me. What an asshole. Okay, no, don't. Okay, wait for him to attack, and pokey poke. But some of the more eagle-eyed viewers are probably noticing a red bar below my weapon. And that's a mechanic about this game that I don't like. Your weapon has durability in all 3 Dark Souls games. But this game in particular, your weapons are extremely brittle. And they will break very easily. And when your weapons break, then they will do almost no damage. But that's the thing about this game. It is littered with repair powder, so you can make it a little bit easier, but it's not just your weapons that have durability. Your armor and rings also have durability, and if your armor and rings break, then you're gonna be in big trouble, so always make sure you have repair powder on you at all times. Otherwise, you're gonna be in for an awful experience. Okay, now, oh, come on. Ow! Stop that. Now, let's just take care of these guys, and, oh no, I'm out of stamina. Okay, let's poke you, poke, and nice try. Now, poke, ow, that frickin' hurt. Poke him, thank you. Now that I'm no longer being attacked by guys on ballistas, let's get some more items, like souls, which I will use to level up, but not just yet. Okay. So what I'm gonna go do now is go back to the merchant lady because she has an item I need. And that item is a Pharos Lock Stone. You want to get this pretty quickly. Alright, you're welcome, lady. Because there is a pretty good item that you can get pretty early on that you honestly should not be able to get this quickly in the game with the use of this thing. So with that being said, let's drop down here and go get said item. It is over this way. Just open this bad boy, and there you go. Just go over here and punch the wall. And you got treasure chests in here. In treasure chest number 1, we have a Chloranthy ring, which will increase your stamina recovery speed. Pretty helpful stuff. What's in chest number 2? A Tionite slab. Yeah, if you've played any Dark Souls games, then you know it's already extremely early to be getting one of these. Oh no, no! And this is another thing about this game. There's mimics in this game, but they come in different forms. They have traps. And, oh, the door doesn't open from this side. Hey! Open up! Open up! I said open up! Open up, damn it! I'm right here! I know you can hear me in there, thank you. About frickin' time. Kept me waiting. Sheesh! Talk about inconsiderate, guys. I'm knocking on the door. It took me several times to get your attention. What the heck is up with you guys? I know you're hollow and all, but that doesn't mean you can be inconsiderate to your own guests. Alright, what do we have in here? A life ring and a large Tionite shard. Let's put that bad boy on because I love having more HP in this game. Wing spear. Ooh, that's nice. And hollow soldier helmet. Yeah, look, I'm level 14 and I already have over 1,000 HP. Dark Souls 2, as you're gonna come to learn, you have an absurd amount of health in this game. It's honestly insane. And I think I forgot something earlier on. Let me go back to that cave real quick, because I think I forgot something already. I did forget something. Wow. Okay. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Let's go down here first. I knew there would be someone down here. Get out of my face, you stupid Oh, no. Ow. I said get out of my face. Now. Yeah, there's an item down there, so let's drop down here and get this item. What is this? Titanite shard. Okay. I mean, they're not super great early on. They're not super great by themselves, but in the early game, yeah, they're pretty helpful items to get because they cost 800 souls apiece. And when the enemies only drop about a couple dozen souls per enemy, yeah, souls are pretty tough to come by, so it's a good idea to get as many as possible early on. Okay, now that I'm back here again, let's go talk to this charming looking fellow over here.
Hello there. Traveling all alone in these treacherous times. Well, I hope you have a very good reason. Oh, hogwash. Who am I to judge? My name is Pate. I journey hither and thither on a sort of treasure hunt, you might call it. Be careful out there. There's talk of unsavory bandits who prey upon travelers like yourself. Oh yes, you be cautious if you go any farther. There's treasure in there for certain, but the entrance locks from behind. I saw the same design earlier, and it's the same contraption, I'm sure. I was with this warrior, you see, and he insisted that he go inside first. The rather brusque fellow tried to swipe the loot for himself, but it trapped him inside. I still have the gent's ring. I do hope he wasn't harmed. I'll leave this one to you. I'm worried about what might be inside.
I don't know why, but I have a feeling I've met someone like you before. And he was a bit of a snake. I'm keeping my eye on you. Okay, now what do we have in here? Got treasure. Oh, yep, there it is. Door locked on me. And I'm being ambushed. Yay, isn't that overly convenient? A lot of enemies. Look at how many of them there are. No problem. Just take care of 3 with 2 swings right there. Okay, I'm gonna need you to stop blocking. Now! I don't think so. Nice try, Mr. Slow Hollow over here. Boom! All of you guys couldn't even take out one of me. Man, being Hollow must be so miserable if you couldn't even manage that. Come on, guys. Alright, now you want to head over this way to get an item. Now, another thing I don't like about this game is that in Dark Souls 1 and 3, there were illusion walls that you could just get rid of by rolling into them or attacking them. In this game, you gotta press the A button to get rid of them. And I do not like that at all. It is extremely annoying. Because if you played the first game, then I'm sure you've experienced this where you try to roll into the wall or attack it and it's just not disappearing. And that's because the illusion walls disappear by pressing A. It's not a very good change, and I don't understand why they made it that way. Because it just led to unnecessary confusion and in rare cases, even broken weaponry, which is no fun.
Well, I see you managed to escape. I hope that brave warrior didn't come a cropper either. Be careful out there. There's talk of unsavory bandits who prey upon travelers like yourself. Oh, but you should take this. It allows undead to call out for help to one another across the fissures between worlds. With luck, somebody will lend you a hand. Well, I hope that brave...
Okay, that's all his dialogue. I'm keeping my eye on you, Pate. You give me bad vibes. But now that I'm done with that, We got a couple more things left to get here, like this green blossom. Now, be careful here because there's gonna be guys with fire bombs to the upper left that are gonna rain them down on those explosive barrels. So, with that being said, there it goes. Okay, you guys suck. Try again. Okay, there he goes. What? What do you mean that didn't work? Whatever, game. This game's mean. I don't like that very much. Let's get over here and take care of these guys first. Oh no, I hit the wall. That's not good. Ow! Rude. Okay, I'm out of flasks. Let's break the life gem then. I'll break 2 of them, just to be safe. Why are they attacking the tree? That's strange. Do they think these trees are the giants they used to fight? That's kind of peculiar. I mean, the lady did say that the trees sprouted from the dead bodies of giants, so maybe these hollows think they're the giants that they used to fight when they were still human? Who knows? Maybe at some point we'll find out. But for now, let's head up ladder number 1 because we have more items to acquire. First, you want to head over this way because you have a light crossbow, which is nice because I just so happened to find some wood bolts earlier. So let's test this bad boy out, but I can't properly wield it with just one hand, but that's fine because who uses a crossbow with one arm? Now, if you want to aim down sights at this thing, you press the left bumper, you press and hold it, and then you use the right bumper and the right trigger to use your bolts. And if you shoot him in the head, you do extra damage for obvious reasons. So there you go. That's your obligatory crossbow and bow tutorial. Don't expect me to use them too much because I'm not a big bow guy in these games. Or a crossbow guy. I have used them in the past though. One of my greatest examples of that was my jar-only character in Elden Ring, where my only method of attack was the jar shield, pick consumable jars, and the jar cannon. That was a fun playthrough. And it was made all the better when the DLC came out and gave me more fun items with jars. That was probably one of my greatest characters. Now, let's head back up there and try to get that item. Alright, let's try this again. Alley-oop. Nice. Now, what do I got? Soul of a Nameless Soldier and more torches. Now, torches, on the other hand, don't take up your inventory space. Instead, they're to the right of your equipped items. I have 5 torches, so I have 25 minutes on the torch timer. That's how that works. Did I just... Wow. I just landed on nothing there. That was kind of weird. Okay, where is he going? What do you think you're doing? Oh, my longsword's at risk. Hey, I got his spear. Nice. Another one? What the heck, guys? I'm not even wearing the item that boosts item discovery rate. That's actually pretty cool. Let's equip the broadsword again. And, okay, there's nothing here. I'm just making sure. Now you want to head up this way for more life gems and homeward bones. Very helpful items. Let's throw a knife at him so we can bring him over here. What? An enemy just fell to their death over there, I guess. That was weird. Wonder why he did that. More life gems. Alright. Come over here, silly. Because I have a bone to pick with you guys. Alright. Now they're all down. Excellent. And now you can actually see his hammer poking up a little bit, but there's a turtle knight hiding behind this. So, just have him attack this little wheelbarrow of stuff over here, like so. And wait for him to get done attacking, and go in for some attacks yourself. It's not too difficult to deal with him. And with that attack, just dodge where he's swinging from. Don't dodge in the direction that he's swinging to. That's the best way to dodge that attack. And if you get him into a pattern, then all the better. Nice. Now we got more amber herbs over here. And we have an item up here, but instead of going for it immediately, what you want to do is turn around because there's hollows waiting to ambush you. So just do that and then go down this way, because if you try to fight them on this sword, then it's just asking for trouble at that point. Better idea to fight him on more stable ground, which is what I am doing here. No! Nice try. Now for hollow infantry boots, and more importantly, if you make your way up here, then you got yourself a halberd, which I got plenty of mileage out of this thing in the beginning of Dark Souls 1 in my Let's Play. And history will probably repeat itself. Just kidding. It's not going to repeat itself because the weapon I actually am going to use for a long time is actually pretty close by. So with that being said, let's go through the fog wall, and you want to head over this way next because you want to miss your attacks because I'm just so amazing at this game. Yeah, that's exactly what you want to do. Head down here, and the large leather shield and a life gem. Pretty helpful item. Want to get more shields? Like so. Got plenty of options for those. But the more important thing is fire arrows here and a shortcut back to the first bonfire, which is oh so helpful. With that being said, I am going to go back to Majula and level up because it would be a good idea to do that. And another reason why you want to head back to Majula is because you have that mansion key. So we can finally go in here, which is very nice. So let's go do that real quick. Because there's some extra goodies in here. Alley-oop. And, man, he's certainly made himself at home, hasn't he? Lots of books here. Now we have another Pharaoh's Lockstone, which is very nice to have. And I'm trying to remember, there's a ladder in this place that will let you get to the upper floors, but I don't remember where it is. Okay, it's not over here, and I'm guessing this is the map of Drang Lake that he was mentioning. With that being said, let's head down here because there is a skelly bro down here. And he's actually pretty tough, so do be careful fighting him because he does decent damage, but he also inflicts bleed buildup, which is a very nasty stat to deal with. Okay. Ow! Die! Luckily, you get a human effigy for your trouble if you manage to defeat him. And if you go over here into the darkness, there's nothing over here except for an Estus Flask shard. And if you go in here, you have a special chest. And if you open it, then you get a soul vessel. This chest is actually a pretty interesting thing in Majula because back when Dark Souls 2 was still receiving updates, you would actually get special pieces of weapons and armor in this chest. I know you got special weapons. I'm not sure about the armor though. And they were timed exclusive and you can't get them anymore, which is really unfortunate because you got some pretty neat stuff out of it. And if you have a character that has those items, then yeah, treasure that character for years to come because you're never going to have a chance to get those items again unless you know item duplication glitch, which I don't know, so I can't do that. More Titanite shards and torches. Yeah, see, now I have 40 minutes because I've grabbed 3 torches. And if you look down here, then you have Pig Ace. You want to avoid those piggies because they will mess you up. They are ridiculously strong for something so tiny, so don't even bother them. Plus, they only give 20 souls when you put them down, so they're not worth fighting, so let's just completely ignore them and go rest at the bonfire so they don't chase me anymore because that's no fun. Alright, bonfire! Haha! Now that I'm done with that and they're not chasing me anymore, let's open this workshop over here so this dude can get back to work. There you go. And if you head over here, then you have yourself another chest with a short bow in it, which is going to be very helpful.
Ah, yes, very good. Now I can get to work. But first, let me set up. Come again later. Ah, yes, very good.
Okay, he only has one set of words to talk about. And by come back, he just means rest at the bonfire, because that resets the area. Like so. And now he's already working.
You, stand back. This is dangerous work. The name's Lenigrast. Just a simple blacksmith. And you are... another useless traveler. A man ought to labor with his feet planted firmly in the earth. Not roam around like you flirtatious vagabonds. Oh, what does it matter? Go on, show me what you've got. Your equipment. Let me have a look. But do it quick.
Okay then. But yeah, he has a few items, like a bunch of weapons here, some arrows and bolts, and he offers Titanite shards and repair powder, but it's pretty expensive. And you can also repair your items and armor here, and you can reinforce your weapons and armor here. But I'm not gonna do any of that for right now, because none of this stuff interests me long term.
Drat. You're worse than my reckless daughter. Don't spend your whole life in transit, you hear? You'll need souls to repair and improve equipment. I know only of smithing, but souls have many other uses as well. Don't waste your souls on useless trinkets. Think before you spend. Equipment can be strengthened with rare orestone, but such orestone won't come easily. My girl knows her stones, but she's always out prancing about. Now, there's a time for travels, but you can't wander the world forever. Even you must have someone waiting back home. Drat.
Okay, that's all his dialogue.
Don't waste my time.
A lot of people don't like this guy, and I can't entirely blame them. He does come off as a bit standoffish and brutish and kind of gross and nasty with his whole demeanor, but I can't entirely blame him for being super distant. I mean, look at him. He's already turning hollow. His skin's all green and his pupils have disappeared. But underneath it all, I just see a man super worried about his daughter. And any parents out there can somewhat understand. Because, I mean, imagine having your daughter roaming the world like this, where everything's out to kill you and all sorts of crazy stuff. I'd be pretty stressed out, too, if I had a child wandering a world like this. But now that I'm done with that, now I'm going to use all these soul items so I can get some extra souls for leveling up. Like so. Haha! Excellent. And now we have more shards. So, let's upgrade our Estus Flask. One at a time, sadly, because you can only use one at a time. So let's do it again. And now we're up to 4 flasks. Excellent. Sweet. And now we want to level up again. I'm going to level up my dexterity all the way to 17. I want to get it to 20 before too long, and there's a reason for this. Just trust me on this. Good. Now that I'm done with that, let's go back to Cardinal Tower. But there we go. That's pretty much the end of most of this area. At least for right now, so I am gonna end it here. Next time on Dark Souls 2, we will continue down the elevator to the Cardinal Tower, and hopefully we will finally fight a boss, because we're 2 videos in and we still haven't really fought a boss. See you guys next time. Take care, everyone.